Okay. All right, everybody, welcome to Trending. Today's another weird Friday edition of Trending.
Yeah, man.
You and your family were in Colorado for a few days.
And we're back.
So
We
welcome
made it.
back. Glad you got to get away for a few days.
Yeah.
And leads to a kind of an unusual Friday edition of Trending. Today is July 8th.
Yes.
And we're going
all day long.
All day long. And we're going to do our normal shtick of taking the top news today and kind of trying to take a faith spin on it wherever we can. But you might have noticed we have some special decorations on our table today.
Yeah, man. Treasures.
This is a big weekend in the life of the Ridgepoint church family. So it's our annual garage sale where our student ministry, these guys are working hard.
Yeah.
And they're here at like 6 a.m. every day. And they're carrying huge chairs and tables and clothes and just everything. So
That's right.
Shout out to our student ministry team. They're doing a lot of great work. You can come. You yourself can come today.
Yes.
Or tomorrow morning and find treasures like these, like this little lion guy who I think is past his prime.
Yeah.
I believe at one time he probably did a little dance. He is a little tired this morning, so he's not doing his jig. But
It could be like a dog toy.
yeah, there might be some electronics in there that maybe not be good for
Yes.
intestines. I don't know, but
Yes.
Elmo trick or treat, of course.
Yep.
And a real treasure here, fishing bloopers.
Yes.
So I feel like for the low price of just $1, you can check out some fishing bloopers. So
If you still got a VHS.
if you can find a VHS player,
VCR.
I'm sure there's hours of entertainment on that.
I mean, your life is empty without these and other things. So you might as well fill that void today.
You never know what you will find at the church garage sale.
That's right.
We were talking earlier this week. I think there's a good chance this might be the largest garage sale in Wichita.
Okay.
I can't imagine one bigger.
Yes.
And so
I mean, some of the neighbor ones have to be, but like, you know,
in one central location.
You're right. But in
I don't
church
know.
world, we tend to operate with some hyperbole. We're not all good
True.
at math. We're just going to guess.
Yeah.
So this is the largest garage sale.
It's the largest
There you go.
in Wichita.
There we
So
go.
if you
Fact
haven't
check.
come yet, come check out some great deals and help support our student ministry. So-
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Joe, we got 4 or 5 topics today. Let's just breeze through a couple of the top ones here. So first of all, I'm, of course, very excited. Yes, last night, or technically this morning, new Marvel movie, Thor, Love and Thunder, hits theaters. So we've got a kind of packed weekend, but I'm excited to see where they take the Marvel Universe with Thor. So
It's going to be wonderful.
it's going to be great.
I think the Thor movies are wonderful. I mean, it gets all the feels. It's funny. Of course, Thor's a specimen, but like there's some really heartbreaking things in it, right?
Yes, and
so-
Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be in this one, and I think everyone's not really sure where's the MCU going post Infinity War. There's the last couple of movies have been kind of
I mean, 100% of trending audience is thinking that question right
absolutely. I know everyone just can't stop thinking about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I can't stop thinking about it. So I'm excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. We'll get to see it one of these days.
now. All right,
So,
sounds good, man.
big news.
Yes.
Okay, so kind of big shakeups today in the world. So first, the number one topic, some sad news from Japan. So their former prime minister, I hope I'm saying his name right, Shinzo Abe, was assassinated last night or yesterday. So obviously sad news there. And then we don't want to breeze past it, but along with that, Boris Johnson, the prime minister from the UK, stepped down yesterday or this morning or whatever. So there's kind of some big world news this morning. 2 pretty significant leaders. One unfortunately passed away and one stepping down from power. So
Yeah.
these kinds of things tend to have some kind of like domino effect to the world in some way. So are you following that? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I haven't followed the prime minister from Japan. All this, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of opening, and like some facts are coming in, and they've caught the individual, so on and so forth. The Boris Johnson thing is kind of interesting, right? I mean, they called for his resignation over a couple of big gaffes, like throwing parties during lockdown, and then he appointed someone to the government who had this long history of misconduct, and he claimed he didn't know, and then he later apologized for it. It looked like he was going to endure, but to somebody who's reporting on it, they said, a different thing about the political air in the UK is they're kind of a rule-following society, and so when these folks were in like serious mandatory lockdown, they were following the rules, to see that a prime minister was like taking advantage of that and skirting the rules was kind of a big deal to them. It's just kind of like eye-opening, because I think we just kind of build it in the arithmetic of politics and political leaders, like something is going to come out, they are going to do something, say something that is out of bounds, but that might just be the cost of doing business these days with political leaders. This is just kind of refreshing to see somewhere in elected officialville of the world that you can call people to account, and those calls to action take it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me of a quotation from Andy Stanley. He says that, our irresponsibility as leaders becomes somebody else's responsibility. And when we play willy-nilly with leadership and making poor decisions, we just kind of keep on skating. If we look both ways, we're not caught. It's okay. Like, it's just kind of refreshing in a sense to know that even though none of us are perfect, we're all going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
There is a calling to account of people when they step out of the bounds of what we ask them to do as a public leader, as a public servant. So anyways, It's kind of an interesting development there. But I thought that little nugget of that reporting of how maybe the culture, like the political milieu, is different from culture to culture is just kind of fascinating.
Yep.
So anyways,
Definitely.
yeah.
I have never not wanted to be a politician as much as I do right now. It's just a hard thing.
I just went on like a 3-minute winding road, and you're able just to say it.
I think there was a double negative in there, but you know what I mean. Like this, it's just the world is messy.
The grammar police will allow.
I think I was. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So sad news from Japan, and we'll see what the fallout from the UK is. Kind of big news this morning to kick things off. So similarly, so that was kind of a double whammy on the news. Another double whammy. Kind of a weird day where both GrubHub and Doordash are both trending this morning.
That's right.
For very different reasons.
That's right.
So let's start with kind of the fun one.
Yes.
Unfortunately, fun for Doordash. So Doordash had some kind of glitch last night where for a little while, I'm not really sure how long, pretty much everything on Doordash was just free. Like there was some glitch in the system where people weren't being charged for their deliveries. And so
that's awesome.
Twitter's kind of blowing up with people just buying a ton of McDonald's.
That's right.
Because why not? If it's free, why not? So
that's awesome.
Unfortunately, DoorDash is going to have to do some repair work, both financially and PR-wise, to get over this.
That's
but
right.
Some people on Twitter are loving the glitch that caused some free food yesterday.
Yeah, man. Obviously, the person in charge of that coding feeling pretty small today.
Yeah.
But it's kind of remind me of like a year jubilee,
Yeah, there you go.
Free.
Every 7 years, you get a free item from McDonald's delivered to your door.
I mean, I don't know if you're listening, GrubHub, but you could spin this.
Yes, right.
You could spin it.
Totally.
And, I don't know, appeal to the, Bible reading crowd of the world.
There you go. Year jubilee.
Yeah, it's just a year jubilee for a day. So, there you go. Stay tuned. It might happen again.
Who knows? Okay, so that was DoorDash.
Sorry, DoorDash.
That's okay,
yes.
DoorDash. But GrubHub is also trending because they announced a big deal with Amazon. Again, I couldn't find the exact details, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're still leaking some of the details. I'm not sure. But GrubHub made some kind of deal with Amazon, where a GrubHub Plus subscription is going to be somehow wrapped into your Prime membership. So
right.
Prime membership keeps getting more and more valuable, and they keep adding things like this. So
yes.
we don't really use delivery services very much. Do you guys do GrubHub, DoorDash?
I mean, I think we did during the pandemic from time to time. People loaded us down with some gift cards, and so we used it. But it just seems so exorbitant. The prices, I feel like and everybody's got work, and so
right.
it was it's been handy from time to time. I know a lot of people do it quite often because you see these random cars without the Domino's thing on the top of going down the cul-de-sac.
Yep.
And so I think a lot of people do use it.
I think so too.
And I think this neat little merger between these two companies, I think Amazon's going to gain. I think GrubHub's going to gain. I mean, I think it's all going to be a win-win for them. And I think more and more people are just going to have it shipped to their door instead of going out to pick it up. So I think it's going to be win-win for them.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just what I see.
I feel like post-COVID, just the in-person sit-down dining experience has just changed so much. Sure. And these delivery services are obviously a big part of that. And I don't know, it'd be interesting to see down the road is delivery way more normal than going into a restaurant? I mean, I feel like that's where things are headed. So we'll see.
I think it happens here quite a bit, even in our church office. A couple times a week, somebody's waiting by the front door, waiting for a GrubHub delivery. I saw the Zoom work meetings where you GrubHub somebody their lunch, and then you get on a Zoom call. I've had that from time to time. I just think this helps to nuance the way that we do connect. It's different than sitting together. But let's be honest, man, a lot of sitting down in a restaurant is a lot of people staring at their phones and kind of partially talking to one another. So
true.
Anyways.
But the benefit of going into a restaurant is free refills. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know free refills on GrubHub.
That's the next hack. A drone-driven free refill from GrubHub.
There'd be a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew drone just constantly hovering above my house.
It would be.
Okay.
In a funnel.
Yes.
I can see it now. Bold prediction. That's going to be on the next Nostradamus edition of Trending at the end of the year.
I'm here for it, man. I'll take that. So. Okay, one more thing
Davis.
for today. We'll
Sure.
just start to wrap things up here. So yesterday also President Biden did his Medal of Freedom Awards, where he gives the Medal of Freedom to deserving citizens. And so it's that's the highest honor you can earn as a citizen. So every year it's kind of a big deal to see who the president chooses to do that. So he gave 17 people that honor yesterday, a lot of people. So a lot of names people will recognize, people like Simone Biles, Megan Rapinoe, am I saying her name right? Soccer player. So 2 people got a posthumously. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce things today, but
That's okay, man. We'll allow today.
okay, thank you. So both John McCain and Steve Jobs were both awarded it yesterday, and Denzel Washington.
What?
So those are some of the kind of bigger names. There's a few more. You can Google the list if you want to get the other list. But I thought, Joe, it'd be kind of fun for us to do our own the trending Medal of Honor.
Oh.
Okay,
right.
So we just want to take a minute just to honor the people of Ridgepoint, people who watch trending, people we know who we feel like are doing good work and maybe don't always get recognized.
Right.
There's a verse that Pastor Brent likes to quote fairly often. It's from 1 Corinthians 16:18, and he's talking about some people. And Paul writes, "These people have been a wonderful encouragement to me as they have been to you. You must show your appreciation to all those who serve so well."
Right.
So, for the very first trending Medal of Honor, I've got a couple people in mind. You got a couple people?
I do. We should have thought through this because we could have made some really fun medals, like put like ribbon around some of these things.
Garage sale finds.
Anyways, there will be no medals like literally bestowed.
Yes.
But I don't know, the manipulation preacher, vein, like, but there'll be some jewels on that crown in heaven.
It's an honorary medal
that you'll lay at the feet of Jesus.
Yes.
All right, so let it rip.
Okay, so I've got 4 people, and it's kind of a group of people.
All right.
So I want to give a shout outs to Michael and Dalton, who are student ministry interns. We talked about at the opening, the garage sale. These guys have been here early morning, late evening. They went to both junior high and senior high camp. These guys, they're good guys, and they're working hard. And I'm just so grateful that they've kind of given up some of their summer. They're getting great experience. We're glad to have them aboard. But I just see those guys working really hard.
And I think Dalton, according to the Facebook, just turned 21 yesterday or a couple days ago. Saw some cute baby pictures of him. Couldn't hardly believe it's the same guy. So anyways, yes, I would agree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And similarly, I think we should give a shout out to Emma and Hallie, the kids interns. Yeah. So especially this week. So Cynthia, our kids ministry director, has been on vacation. Well deserved. She led kids camp this year. She's been doing all kinds of just busy, hard work. So shout out to Cynthia too.
Yeah.
But Emma and Hallie and the rest of our kids team, they did a park meetup yesterday. They kind of kept things running while Cynthia was away, and they're all just really fun to be around, and they're just doing a great job. So I feel like all of our interns, and of course, I don't mean to leave off Zach Beachy, our worship leading intern, got the residents. We got a good crop this year. They're all hardworking people who are doing some really good things.
We have so many people walking around the office. I have no idea why they're there, but they're doing something. I mean, it's like there's so many of them. It's great.
Yes, it's great. We've got a great crew this year, and I think they're my recipients of the trending Medal of Honor.
Sure. Yeah. I think a couple that come to my mind. So, some of y'all know my wife Ginger's been going through some long COVID stuff. It's kind of kept her bedridden for the most part. And so Mary Ellen Soden has got a group of gals organized to come help us do things around the house and meet some tangible needs. It's kind of cool. And I won't give them too much of a shout out because they probably would care for it. But gave us snacks for the road trip while we were gone. Spruce up the house, even did a little bit of yard work. I mean, this is kind of almost embarrassingly generous they were to us, so it's very kind to them. So shout out to them. And then I think a Ridgepoint medal should go to folks who just seem to be here all the time, and they do an array of things. I think of Becky Clausen. She's on our staff. She does the books. Working with finances and stuff, but she also leads a Sunday school class. She helps stage all the clothes for the garage sale. It's you turn around and she's carrying something for this event, or she's in the middle of something else, or she's organizing a group of people, and she's still a mom, spouse. I mean, she's still just they run a business on the side. I mean, I feel like there are. I would not be surprised if there are several Beckys. Just a bunch of multiple sales clones. Getting all these things done, and then I just admire folks who choose to get together at unusual times of the day to attend to the soul. And there's a group of guys that get together on Monday mornings at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
To study the Bible, to encourage one another. They used to meet, I think, in the lobby area of the church. Now they're at Aroma Coffee House. Now that Aroma's open.
Yep.
And I just think week after week, you can count on those guys getting together and encouraging one another, praying for one another, and sharing insight from the Scripture. And that's how the church advances. Mm-hmm. It's not so much on the big stuff. It's kind of like what we call like maybe the small ball of Christianity, like to use a baseball term.
Yeah. Like
the bunting and stealing, they get in together. They're kind of like the mundane things that really help deepen relationships, like deepen the work of the church. And so I just think the world of what those guys do, and many other groups. So those kind of came to my mind here off the bat this morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aroma, I want to give one more medal. Yeah. I think we should give one to Bonnie Schrader.
Yeah.
So one thing I love, she's kind of had this dream of having this like community story time, right? Yeah. Where she just reads stories to kids, and she's in her element when she does that, right? Yeah. She's excellent at it. And they had the first kids story time at Aroma yesterday, and they had some kids show up, and so that's been Bonnie's kind of dream with this whole thing. And
that's right.
She did it yesterday, so shout out to our friend Bonnie.
That's awesome. It just gets, I think, to the heart of Christianity. I mean, one of the like basic principles of Christianity is it's better to give than it is to receive. Mm-hmm. And Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many. And so, if we were to poll people and say, what was your most significant Christian moment this calendar year? If we did that year after year, I think people would say it's when they were serving somebody else, whether they got recognized or not. And so one of the things that James Bryan Smith, who's a great Christian formation author, a prophet, Friends University here, he's got this practice that he subscribes to people called secret service, where he says, imagine you like serving others without ever being noticed. Mm-hmm. There was a guy in one of the churches I served in before in our denominational connectional network. He cleaned he was a senior pastor of the church, 1,800 member church, busy. Mm-hmm. He would get to the office early in the morning at least once a week, and he would deep clean the staff kitchen area, and nobody found out.
Oh, that's cool.
He'd get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he'd clean it, and people would be like, "Wow, it's so clean around here." And like he would just relish the fact that his team enjoyed a clean work spot, and so it just fueled his soul. And so I think something that we could. Yeah. I'm a doctor. You're an honorary doctor today. This is our prescription for the day. Go do some secret service because it's going to nourish your own soul, and it's going to allow the world to thrive around us when we serve without having to have that pat on the back.
Yeah. I like that. That's good. Yeah. All right. Well, good stuff today.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go right now and put these things back in the garage sale.
So they can be sold.
They can be sold. So if you're watching now and want some trending memorabilia.
That's right. You need to get in your car right now.
You need to come get fishing bloopers.
That's right.
This is going to go like that.
Like hotcakes? I don't know. I don't know.
All kinds of goodies.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you for watching today. We are always grateful for you guys to tune in, so thank you. Sorry, several people commented to you and me, hey, we missed trending yesterday, so we're here today. Thank you.
We've reached our tipping point, man. People miss it when it's not there.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Come check out the garage sale. Hope to see you on Sunday.
Yep.
Have a great weekend.
All right, see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.